God, hell. The hell was that so difficult to get live streams started? I have no idea. Wow. Okay. Need to figure out what these little bubbles and stuff do here. No idea. I'm guessing stream strength. That's mute. Anybody ever live stream on your computer? Let me know, because I don't know. There we go. What's going on? I think that's stream strength. Not sure. What are we building? Okay. Arcane Ways. Hey, long time no hear, man. Cool. I am building off a blaster I absolutely gonna hate. Lonely baby. I'm taking one of these. And what's left of one of these. And we're gonna make something that looks like kind of one of these. It's not too awful. Totally. You have no idea the effort I had to put in to try to get this stupid live stream to go. My God, I've been sitting here for an hour trying to do this. Can you guys hear me even? Because I'm trying to figure out what all the little things are at the bottom of my screen. I don't quite have a clue, and it doesn't tell me. Okay, good. Hey, homely. Let's see if I can do something here. Remove, put timeout. Add moderator. Boom. Okay. And oh, why not? You've always been a good friend to me. Boom. You keys to the kingdom too. There we go. Woo. And okay, we got 2. All right. I don't think I'm gonna have to do that every time. Just watch them, guys. Same thing you do with Wallcom's crap. Power. Yes, I have given Boom Tendo keys, or at least blue lettering, one of the two. Okay, so where was I with this thing? Oh yeah, finding random parts everywhere, which I keep losing. This stupid thing, stupid air restrictor garbage, took me way too much time to get loose. It was horrible. Now, the trick is I put the screws in. Where did I put my tubes? There's a tube. Okay. Need a marker. And a removal device. All right. I did manage to get myself some DAP or some off-brand DAP, but it comes out like liquid on one side and spaghetti on the other. So I'm guessing it's probably bad. And since I got it from a hardware store that is hardly frequented, it's more out in the middle of nowhere, I'm guessing none of their stuff is ever going to be any good. And the one I always go to tends to be horrible. And it sucks because Harbor Freight doesn't carry methacrylate bonder. They only carry acetylate and whatever the other stuff is. Basically super glue and not super glue. So, uh-oh, my chat went blank. Why did my chat go blank? There we go. There we go. There, you can do that. All right, I got to grab some super glue here. Hopefully it won't shut my screen down. Where did I put it? I like to use super glue to tack stuff. Yeah, it works good, but I'm just using it for tacking. So I don't like to use it for permanent bonding on, especially it's going to take a very large portion of the blaster up. This is going to be attached to the bottom there. So we need to figure out, well, we're going to have to figure out somewhere down the line. Reverend Nate, how you doing? Set of silly, that's the word. Need to figure out how, because I cut the trigger completely free. It's going to ride on here. Now I got the Harbor Freight brand. I prefer actually super glue gel itself because the gel stuff's much easier to deal with. See you around there for Nate. So we're going to go. Okay, so just as a thing, I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to connect the trigger or make a trigger for this thing yet, but that's kind of unimportant. So we'll figure that out as it gets to it. And this was fun. I had to take a coupler and mill it down, which basically means I sat there with my Dremel tool and let it spin freely for like 3 hours. And then it fits in here. I'm probably not even going to use that. I just need it for that. But I needed something that was going to show me how it fit, so I knew where I was going with this. I think I have to make another one of those or find a way to step them so I can continue to have that. Where'd the marker go? There it is. All right, now trick is going to be trying to figure out where we need to cut that line. That's in the van. I thought about making that. I might link them. There is enough space to put a linkage through there, and I have cable that I can do so with. Oh, that's the stuff that hangs on my, all the stuff that hangs on there. Darts from Wars and Superman and tentacles. Get my anime on. What's up, Mr. Ed? Well, that was bad. That was unintentional. Sorry. I'll blame that on Shade being in the room. Brings out the worst puns in everybody. So, actually, you know what I need to do first? I need to see if this thing... String would work, but I like to use cableage if I can. It's much more reliable. First thing we're going to do is link these together with some screws here. No, Shade. I'll kick you. No good on a stool and kick you. I'm meeping. That sounds like a really bad horror movie. The meeping. They thought it was over. It was safe to go back inside. Just show some orange-haired guy running through the woods. The meeping. Okay, that's what I needed to see. I needed to know how much space was there. And this goes backwards. The goal is to have it line up with this to this, so it sits there. I needed to see if that would fit, and it doesn't fit, so that's going to have to be removed squarely, which is kind of a shame because I really don't want to kill this, but I'm not really up for trying to make that fit. That's a lot of extra freaking work to get that to go in there. Oh, stupid. Apparently my device isn't fully protected. That's awful. Your device isn't fully protected. Oh, wow. Caliboom. Should paint one with the, make one with an less than kid stuff. Dauber, Dauber, oh man. Thank you, Mr. Eduardo. That's going to be in my damn head all day long. Now, I didn't need that, but now it will be. And I don't remember what I was trying to do with this. The problem is I haven't tried to do any kind of like really good integration where you follow lines like Mr. I'm just going to refer to it as Mr. Nathan. What is wrong? Well, the chat, apparently the chat goes to sleep if you do stuff. So I don't wonder what the buddy. There we go. There isn't much to a Caliburn. Yeah, there really kind of isn't. I'd really like one, but myself with. I have a thing with 3D printed parts and blasters. One, I leave my stuff in the car usually, so yeah, I don't need to melt a $200 gun into a misshapen funnel. That would just be a bad idea. You know, I could probably do it a couple of times because I'm too stupid to learn. Okay, now I know what I'm trying to do. The other thing is 3D printed stuff starts to fall apart. Then I'm not a big fan of paying that much money to have something just keep falling apart. That was convenient. Like right there. That's as far as the travel goes on the trigger, if I remember correctly. The trigger travels that far. The trigger is traveling this far at whatever speed this is, and the spring is pushing it back. How many darts can Clowney cram up his nose before the passengers decide he's weird and throws him off? The answer may surprise you. This until very one. Yeah, well, you kind of live in the northwest region. 3.5. Their worker darts you can get more, but I bet you the heads still fall off. And you got worker dart head stuck in your nose, and that's worse. Okay, moment of concentration. Worker dart from aluminum. Oh, machine a worker dart. Oh, you mean a Caliburn? Yeah, well, I guess the original one was made out of real parts. Made with real children. The original one was made with real children. It was made with real children. For the whole children baked in flavor. Okay. So, oh. It doesn't matter if I leave that in. Let's see. Okay, so this has to go as far back as. Damn it. Oh my God. Actually, I think it was Captain Slug that made the original. I know the original owner of the original one that is not made. That belongs to a Random Shadow. It is far different than the Caliburns we see today, actually. It doesn't look the same. It looks the same. You know it's a Caliburn, but it's not a Caliburn. Spam Fest. Spam Fest! There's actually is a Spam Fest. Oh, with the window disappearing, you bunker. Yeah, Caliburns are heavy. I don't understand. The 3D printed by itself is just heavy to begin with. Well, that's the mark I want. Okay, I gotta put it on that mark. And from that corner in, well, actually, there was quite a few people that helped design the Caliburn. Slug took the credit. No, he didn't. Well, let me clarify. Slug didn't take the credit for it. Slug gets the credit for it. Slug had other people help him with that, if I remember right. But he's the one that kind of gets the credit because he's kind of Slug. He's going to do a roadkill cook-off tomorrow. Is it actually roadkill? Some states you're not allowed to actually cook the road. You're not, like Pennsylvania doesn't, where I am, doesn't have a harvest for roadkill. There is a no roadkill harvest thing. You can't just go get roadkill off the road without having a hunting license. Some of them require that you have like a licensing for it. Yeah, more springs in your DT3. Bad puns in DT3s. That's the hallmark of Shade. Bad puns in DT3s. That's all you are. Bad puns in DT3s. Bad puns in DT3s. I'm gonna keep saying bad puns in DT3s. I think if I connect this to that, I can screw this up completely. If I connect this to that, I can screw this up entirely. Oh, God. It's always the nerve-wracking first cut that makes this difficult to deal with. Okay. Yeah, we kind of got that here, but hey, Nerfing Lionheart, what's monstrosity is this? It's going to be, I'm trying to find a way to not make these look ugly, and then I'm going to find something that fits on the front. I'm basically trying to make a pretty blaster. I needed something I could do live because I don't know how my schedule is going to be like. So if I want to keep modding, I kind of need to be able to stay on top of it. I can add a shim to the back of that if I need to. Okay, so that basically just something to pass the time. Real roadkill. I could imagine my brother's gotten quite a few of his deers from roadkill. At least that's what they claim it as. Which age? I'm assuming you mean 49, Shade, because you just grab yourself some fire strikes and you'll have a use for them. They fit in just about everything. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I found him. That makes a great colander. Never seen a long colander as such. This thing. Oh God, yeah, that. I bet you could fit a nickel through both of those. Probably. I bet you I have one. No, I got a silver dollar. I got pennies. I know the pennies will fit right through. Brando! I was just wondering about you. Okay, guys, we're going to fire up the Dremel tool, so your ears are going to get wrecked here in a second if you're wearing earphones. You get about 10 seconds to take them off. It's like, unwrap this cord. All right, there we go. Let's ruin a blaster. Crossed here. Right. Well, I'm going to ruin one in a second. Hellfest. Hellfest. What's Hellfest? Sounds good. Sounds Clive Barkery. Yep, right like that. Right there. I should be able to come in right across the top of that thing. Well, that should do it. Well, I got to come in right through here. All right, guys, here goes. Let's ruin a blaster. I forgot. Ah, all right. Can't find my little hacksaw, so we're going to use the big one. Biggins! Anybody remember where the magazine Biggins was from? Anybody? Don't snap up. Not a long way to the floor, Graver. Yep. Married with children. And we need to put Al Bundy on the new Mount Rushmore. Al Bundy has to go on Mount Rushmore right now. That would be awesome. I need Al Bundy on Mount Rushmore. That's what I'm putting up there for. New Mount Rushmore. Al Bundy, Archie Bunker. Let's see. I don't quite know. Let's see. Al Bundy, Archie Bunker. Who else would be on there? Except two more people that will embody. Maybe the guy that did Red Foreman. Ted Bundy. No. The guy that beats people. Beat up people, not eat up people. Oh, I thought... Okay, so these vintage glasses distort things at further distances because they're kind of old. I thought Boomtendo said he needs to get a Jewish saw. I'm like, what the hell is a Jewish saw? And I didn't want to say anything because every horrible joke comes to mind really quickly. And they're all really funny, but I didn't want to say anything. Oh, with the window thing already. Come on. My darling has had a tank of gas. But I'm chink. Okay, so I'm going to do this because I've kind of screwed the cut up a little bit, but it's a complicated shape, much like my underwear. And I'm going to try to emulate this cut on the other side, which always works out oh so well every single time. So, need a screw. That's what she said. Put this in here. Fred Stanford. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I'm coming to see you. Red Fox. God. That was great. Yeah, it is one of the best ones. There's so many good ones. I mean, Al just had so many of them things. Well, what's like a car? These shoes only have a 300-pound, they have a 400-pound weight limit. So, I know I'm a size 6. Never been. For all intents and purposes, no, Brando. Clarence Bottinger. Yeah. Kurtwood Smith. Yes, that's his name. Can you fly? All right. Going to try this again. Now, the best part about RoboCop is, oh man, what's his name? The guy that played RoboCop. Oh, crap. Oh, I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head all of a sudden. Peter Weller. Peter Weller. Every time you see Peter Weller in a movie, all you see is Peter Weller's face. All you do is look at Peter Weller's face. Every time it's like, oh, cool, it's Peter Weller. Oh, there's the rest of Peter Weller. Like, what is he on this new Star Trek movie? All I could do is look at his face. I just looked at his face the entire time. Well, I guess it's better than Owen Wilson because all I do is stare at his nose. Oh, wait, I should do this. I have a couple of these on here. So we're going to do you. And this way I make sure I have enough to cover my bases. There we go. 4 or 5 of you guys ought to do it. I get on the highway, going to the show. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh my God. I think that's what it is. Like, every time I'm looking at him, I think that's what's messed up. It's like I'm looking at his eyebrows. Holy crap. Holy crap, Griever figured it out. Griever figured it out. I'm looking at Peter Willer's eyebrows. That's all you look at. Oh, there's a screw port there. Well, I'm going to have to lose it. Not much of a choice. Because this has to come out, doesn't it? Yeah. Oop, probably use the side I actually cut, maybe. Idiot. No. Screw port does not have to come out. No, it's a good thing I checked because I wasn't about to mirror this side. I was about to do something really dumb. We'll figure that. Clowny does something dumb. And now Clowny does something dumb. This marker is dead. Long live the marker. All right. Weird pieces. Bang. Bang, bang. Shut them down. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Earphones, guys. My ears are bleeding. Marge, my ears are on fire. Homer, nobody was talking about you. No, my ears are actually on fire. I wanted to see inside, so I lit a Q-tip. Probably one of my favorite Simpsons quotes. Homer, I wanted to see inside, so I lit a Q-tip. Okay, now here's the fun one. We're going to try this the manual way. Because I don't have the proper kind of saw to get in there like I wanted to. So we're going to try to break this the old-fashioned way. With tools. Man tools. Well, maybe not man tools. Man tools. Amazon women in the mood. Ooh, wow, I went down quick. Now, connect the dots. Connect the dots. Ah! Connect the dots. Ah! Ain't fixed till you break it. Let's see what you think. I could just say, don't, no, you two, no. We are not starting a pun war. All right? All right? I will put you both in timeout. Oh my God, I turned into my father. Oh, God. Whoa. Whoa, that's so hot. Oh, come on, guys. Stop encouraging him. You're just going to make it worse. Oh. Oh. I can't tell if you're making jokes anymore or not, Shade. You just hurt my head. Wow. That's the side I cut out from there. I did pretty good getting that right there, didn't I? Look at that. Maybe I can get my finger cut wide open this time with this guy. This is a brand new one. They're good for that. Oh, okay, okay. I know it's all fun and games. When somebody's head explodes, you know, it's not cool anymore. I'll level that just so I can make sure I get a good. I still got that screw port. Thank God Busby's. There we go. Busby screws are all the same size. They make life easy. Oh, cool. Ooh, sausage mac. Sausage mac. Sounds like a 70s porn star. God. Sausage mac. Yo, sausage mac, word up, man. That was like a black exploitation movie from the 70s. Yo, sucker, it's Sausage Mac. I could really go for some of those stupid ass movies right now. God, I love those. Those are awesome. Bad movies rule. Don't make me cut the stream. I just figured out how to make it work. Dumpster fire time. What a great name. The dumpster fire. Why isn't the chat? There we go. Dolomite. Filling. Yeah, I'm much more proficient with my left. The left hand, just filing like that with the left hand feels weird unless you kind of go backwards. So, Internet, I love you. Hot filing action. Stranger Files. Now the Stranger Files. Yeah, man. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring that in. I might regret this. I'm going to check to see if this is a problem piece or not. I don't care. It'll still make, in the long run, I think I'm going to have to bring that in anyways because I need to make it fit. I immediately regret making all of you moderators. It's supposed to protect me from things like this. Yeah, you're like 10 minutes behind. Or is it that lagging that bad? Come right in. Now it's here. Let down your hair. The crazy thing where anything can happen. That is on Pee-wee's Playhouse. God, you guys ever see the original Pee-wee's Playhouse stuff from Broadway? I'm not sure why somebody would look at that and go, oh, we can make a kid's cartoon out of this. This is an awesome thing. Let's let children watch this. It was one of the filthiest things I've ever seen. It wasn't a children's thing. It was an awful thing. It was bad. It was horrible. It was filthy. It was dirty. Let's put it on Saturday morning cartoons, because in the 80s, we didn't give a care what our children watched. So did I. But like the show from what it was on TV wasn't what Paul Rubin had on Broadway. It was vastly different. Very adult. Not that the freaking, oh my God, go back and watch Pee-wee's Playhouse now. Not that half the stuff isn't like freaking adult as it is. Yeah, look what happened to Pee-wee. He got busted. Anybody other than Pee-wee Herman, or I guess Paul Rubin, that would have been okay, but nope. Yeah, see? Well, at least it fits in there. I can always find some sort of filler to get it in there like that. That big open gap like that is kind of awful. See that big wide open space over there? Yeah. I'm just kind of supposed to consider that awful. Well, what is with this chat window? Come on. Why do you do this to me, chat window? There we go. That is floating in Dart County. Yeah. Oh my God! And today's scandalous stuff with Pee-wee Herman. Pee-wee Herman touched me, and why does the chat keep disappearing on me? I only plan on working with this thing as I'm doing this here. Maybe smaller, boring stuff like waiting for glues to dry and things like that. But yes, I will most likely continue on for Sally Forth for a little while here with this. I'm already running into an issue as it is. Oh, like Pee-wee's. I didn't see the newest one they did. I don't know. They should probably put the trigger in that, because I think that's where the sliding activation thingy goes. You know what? Let's put the trigger in here so I can see where I have to take the trigger off. Triggered! To make this thing actually work. Floating AccuFake. Oh! Oh yeah. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, that's I collect the darts I got from Wars I was at. I got one hanging here from Southern Maryland. The AccuFake that was sitting there, that was from APOC. This one, the blue one, is from the little blue one is from the Endor this year. Or is that the purple one? No, that's Southern Maryland. We don't need no stinking triggers. Irish Josh, how you doing? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh, that was bad. The sausage mac. It didn't take long for that to start working its way into my system. Ooh, that's sort of unpleasant. Like son to a vampire. Oh man. Spring thunder! Thunder! Spring thunder! Spring thunder review. I just got an M6, Mr. Boomtendo. There'll be a video coming out on this thing. It's been 50 cal, but it does have the ability to shut down back to Boomco darts, which is great because those things are lasers for long range. I have a video on that. That thing damn near took my hand apart when I went to use it too. Oh, that hurt. That thing hurt. I got my fingers, my skin caught up in the damn, front of it when I went to prime it. I didn't do that. A guy by the name of, dang it, I had his name here somewhere. Where is it? James Saylor. He's out of Gettysburg. Did that for me. Oh, speaking of which, that guy right there. Speak of the devil. And the dude, and speak of the devil, and a ginger appears. That's good. Got a hell, Clowny. Okay, so I can take off a good section of this trigger. Speak of the devil. Shout at the devil. Out. Shout. Shout. Shout at the devil. Shout at the devil. Can we still pull on the trigger? No, it's going to have to be like that. No, there's not going to be a lot of space to attach something if it goes in there because flex tape. Flex tape. It's good for taping up the hookers you beat down with ShamWows. I'm the dude for ShamWow. It's good for cleaning up hooker blood. But that's why I don't see that guy on TV anymore. Uh-oh. Okay, go whip his ass. Don't worry. We'll send child services to your house. Good on, Mr. Boomtendo. Oh, dude, that stuff might actually take your skin off, though. Because, like, I don't know, like, duct tape ain't no joke. That stuff will mess you up. It can really screw you up and pull your skin up pretty bad. So I don't know, like, flex tape probably not going to be much better. I could ask a friend of mine. He would know all about that, though. Awful. God damn, it got me curious now. Okay, we're going to make some noise again here. Not actually, you know what? I might have to remove part of this, but that keeps that down, so I can't take that off. So, well, let's start small. We'll just go with the trigger bits. The exact science that is Nerf modding. Oh yeah, I really want to put my finger anywhere there. Whoa. Woo. Most funny. I'm almost screwed up. Oh my. Extra kinky. It's good at plugging all kinds of holes. Finish the headlight. Oh, the headlight. Your car. You're fixing your car. Your car. You fix your car. Why am I seeing it? It was bizarre. Psycho, don't let your mind go. When you've had enough of doing grown-up stuff. County professional hole filler. I believe that title is reserved for John Holmes and Ron Jeremy. They're professional hole fillers. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is dead. Oh, I'm John Holmes. John Holmes for Flex Tape. Never get a Yaris. No problem. You know what, though? The kind of same thing, though, Brando. Like most new cars nowadays, you got to take all kinds of crap apart anyways to get into your parts on all that stuff. So I don't think it's going to matter because I have to disassemble most of the front end of my freaking car to change a damn light bulb in it. It's a damn Hyundai. That's where my bulb blew. It's going to cost me some serious money. Well, I had wang in the mind. How great. Have fun with that one, guys. K25 is... K25 is too much. Metric things they scream and metric porn. K25 is too much. Swinging from the shotgun rifle blaster. Oh, they got another. Did you guys see the posts on the new one now? Qualcomm has a picture of it up. I saw it on Foam Shepherd. Apparently, there's a new rifle blaster coming out that looks amazingly like the Atlas for some stupid reason. But it has, not your brother, it has a folding stock on it. Yeah, folding removable. I'm actually excited as long as it shoots one ball. Because if it shoots two again, it's just going to be a reshell. And we all know how well that Atlas worked. Which was a shame because I was seriously stoked for that thing. I still love my Atlases, but they're kind of not usable the way they are. No, it's never stopped Hasbro 4, Shane. They've never stopped Hasbro 4. No, they're never going to bring the DT3 back, so give it up. So... Oh, this should be fun. Balls. Udo. Anybody know the band Udo? Don't look it up. Not allowed to look it up. Does anybody know the band Udo? Speaking of balls. Oh, come on. There we go. Hasbro has been partially to resales lately. I guess it's really... Yeah, well, that's what you get when you only have a limited amount of brain cells working in a place. Nobody knows the brand Udo, huh? Okay. They're kind of like AC/DC, but they're not. They're really big in Europe. A good song is as good as it gets, and everyone knows the song Balls to the Wall. Udo sung the song. It was like one of their few American songs called Balls to the Wall. But they're AC/DC-ish, European AC/DC-ish. They're actually pretty damn good. The dude's still rocking hard. It's kind of like Ozzy meets AC/DC, which is a really odd combination, but then you hear it and it's great. Yeah, they do the Balls to the Wall song. Everybody remembers that from Beavis and Butthead. I got my balls to the wall. Ba-da-da-da. Balls to the wall. should probably be doing something other than cleaning the edges up. But I think I said it in one of my videos. You really should clean up your edges and stuff. Even just to scrape the parts down. Yeah, I'd like to see a DT3 shooting rival, Shade. You need to get on that. You need to get on that. That would be a good one. I'd like to see that. You don't have a rival. So I'd like to see what a DT3 could actually do to one of those, because there's a lot of air in one of those things. Experience the rush. Experience the flavor. How about Hulk Hogan's music? Anybody ever listen to any of Hulk Hogan's songs? My personal favorites were the ones by Randy Savage. And I don't mean the rap songs or ones when he sung about Slim Jims and had a heart attack because he ate too many Slim Jims. I mean like the Macho. I think the song's called Dig It. Macho Man says dig it, dig it. Macho Man says dig it, dig it. Flying high as an eagle, low as a snake. Macho Man Randy Savage coming at you in America. It's so gloriously awful. A DT3 is a vintage blaster that Shade has an enormous hard-on for. I'm pretty sure he'd walk back into a burning building just to save that and leave his girlfriend behind. Shade's a little dude too, so he'd be like, he'd carry his DT3 out, like all of them in his arms. Of course, then again, I think some of us might actually would leave our Nerf Marshal behind because, well, I don't know. Would anybody go, but like, if you had to only like make out with one, well, not make out, that's just creepy, but like what Nerf blaster, like if your place burnt down today and you had looking at a giant puddle of Nerf, which is absolutely horrible. I got a story about stuff like that later. Like, what would you, like, which blaster melted out of your stuff would upset you the most? Like, the one you don't want to see melted in a puddle that you would hope that it would have survived. Yeah, we all know it's your DT3, Shade. You just have to chime in, I know that. I think it can be modded or unmodded, something you made. I honestly think it would probably be my Maverick, my Assault Mav. Sentinel. Sentinel's a good one. Plastic. I never tested Bugsby plastic melting. That might melt pretty good too. Sentinel. Melted Sentinel would kind of suck. That would suck. Oh, yeah. Orange Stampede. Yeah, I don't. That was the only time I've ever seen an orange Stampede. I have never seen another one. Oh, it's a stupid trigger thing. Who's level? Hardly. Okay, that's why. Boom, they're in. Now. I say here. I'm at Paragon. Oh, Paragon. 5K. Yeah, 5K. I have one of those. I think I'd be seriously upset if I saw that sucker. I actually had traded one of those to from Beaker. Beaker traded me his 5K for a Stampede way back in the day. It was completely intentional, and I told him it was a bad idea. It was like, you don't trade a Stampede for a 5K, but he had no use for it. And much like, I mean, Shade's kind of the same way too. Somebody needs one, we just get rid of it. We trade off something you don't need for something you need. But it's not doing you any good to hang on to it if you don't want it. I mean, the dude gave me a freaking altimeter. So I have to do a video on. I'll give you guys a little preview on that, though. That's the really neat story behind that. Like, kinda. It's like, I hadn't seen Beaker for quite some time. We kind of reconnect. We go back and forth with that kind of unconnecting, reconnecting thing. But we keep in touch a little bit because we kind of keep an eye on each other, more or less. And he got in this. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do a video on it. He one of my vintage ones, so they come up with something funny for it. He walked in with that 5K, and I'm like, really, dude? I'm like, I'm like, I'll trade you something. You're just gonna give it to me, and I'm like, you really like need to take something home. And he's like, well, I could use a Stampede. I don't own a Stampede, and I had bought ones from Walmart when they were on sale with the 3 magazine and the extra box stuff. So that was, I had like 4 or 5 of them. I think they were only $20 or something like that on that particular Black Friday. So I bought them. And they've been sitting there for a while and they hadn't done anything. And Beaker's like, I can use one of those. So like we started talking and I'm like, you know what this is? And he's like, I don't really care. And I'm like, if you ever walk in this house with an altimeter, I'm gonna punch you. And he's like, he just kind of laughed about it. So like years later, he's like, I found something for you. He's like, yeah. He's like, I can't bring it to you. You have to come pick it up. And I'm like, well, it's gonna be like a couple of weeks. He's like, yeah, I can't go in your house. I can't bring it over. I just can't bring it over. So like I go out and it's like out in his car. He goes, I got you this. And I'm like, it's a freaking altimeter. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. He goes, you remember the conversation we had? I'm like, oh, that's why you wouldn't just bring it over. He's like, no, I didn't want to take it in my house because I didn't want to get shot, beaten up. I thought you said the builder BB. I thought you said something about it was going to be a flywheeler chair. I'm like, what the hell is a flywheeler chair? Can we see a flywheeler chair? Oh my God, that poor guy. The flywheeler chair. What a ride. What a ride that would be. Oh my God. Flywheeler drum kit. It'd be an auto kit. It'd just be an auto kit. Auto drums suck. Auto drums suck. Why would you have an auto drum kit? Unless you're like my brother and then you don't really have like a drummer full time. Kind of doing this to avoid the real thing I wanted to work on there. Okay. I realized that. All right. How was I? You stupid chat window. I don't know why it keeps doing it. Stay there. Come on. Oh, jumpy. Oh, I get it. It's not the chat window. My computer's freezing up. I just happened to move my hand at the same time. Okay. Now, that's got to go up inside. And okay, it's going to get in your guys' face here for a minute. All my stuff on there. Yeah, that's going to press right up against it, impeding the trigger. All right, so the new problem, I'm going to open this up to show you guys, is, I don't remember what screw post I put in. It's dark. It's dark. I can't see. Okay. Oopsie daisy. Furry baby. There we go. Okay, so the new problem is that this is now my trigger mechanism, all right? And there's not, once again, poor planning, there's not a lot of space here to get a trigger onto it anymore. So I might have to figure something else out. I can always That's a neat idea. So the problem is now this sealing thing, the ring that's holding my plunger tube in place in the front, is now impacting the trigger mech. And I can't cut it down anymore because this holds it in the front, and there's a little tiny lip holding it back here from going up. Now, there is one on the other side, but it's like a fingertip on there holding that over. So, like, there's nothing holding it from going side to side. And I need that here in order to keep that from pushing around. The trigger inside the shell to keep it in place. Kind of thinking something along those lines because I don't want to get rid of this collar, but the easy way to do it is to get rid of the collar. How badly? It's not a screwdriver. Idiot. Okay, long strike. Hey, still have a Titan tank in it. I got a Titan tank from you. I still haven't figured out where the hell the leak is. I don't know if that was the problem you were having with it. Leaky. He's not even an Aussie. Aussie. Correctly? No, what is it? Oh, the long strike. Okay. Long strike. What do I think of the long strike? I think the paint job is really pretty. I'm sure the paint job's pretty. I mean, if it rivals anything, it rivals the paint jobs for sure of the old, of the white ones that they did, the whiteout. I have one of those in its entirety, and that thing is one of my happy pretty blasters. I love that thing, but I'm not sure what they're gonna do to it. I got a horrible, because they showed a little jam button on the side. It would be nice if it wasn't direct plunger, but something tells me it's, I mean, if it was direct plunger, but something tells me it's still going to be reverse plunger because it's less to engineer. Well, they have had, like, what, 10 years? Crimson Launch Strike? Oh, because everybody's penis would have exploded, Jay. That's why. They had a Crimson Launch Strike, everybody's penis would have exploded. Like, girls would have grown a penis, and then it would have exploded just for that. Like the two girls at Nerf, period, you know. Kotak would have grown a penis, and it would have exploded. That would have been it. You're going to put a DT3 in everything. Don't tell people you're going to put a DT3 in something. That's how you get like locked out of going to school zones. You know? Oh my God. Wow, that was inappropriate. Today on Cloudy Nerf, Cloudy offends everybody. Could have been worse. Could have been a K26. Oh. Yep. Okay, so it only needs... Oh, that was gross. Turd. Equal opportunity offender. I might have had a shirt that said that. I had one. My buddies for years got me shirts from places like T-Shirt Hell and Satan's Sideshow and places like that. Like when like all the school shootings happened, they released T-shirts that had the school shooting tour on them. And the places, I mean, some of the shirts on there were even like Like, even I had a problem with some of them. It tells you what some of them were really like. They were the people that made the I Airplane New York shirt that came out on 9/15. They were. That guy almost got killed over that shirt too. The guy that made it on the site. I'm not even sure if the site's around anymore. But they used to get me all these really inappropriate T-shirts. One of which I can't mention on here because it's actually wildly inappropriate. The one with a pot and a kettle, and it says, "What the hell did you call me?" I beat anorexia. It's actually funny because that shirt was like a double X, so and it's way too small. No, it's a single X, so it's way too small when they got it for me. And I think they did that on purpose. I'm actually going to turn it into like a pillow or something. I haven't decided yet. Oh, wow, I have to remove a lot of that stupid thing to make that get in there. Oh, you ugly, 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 ugly. Ugly, ugly hippos. Okay, I got an idea. We're going to remove it. Need a screwdriver. Keep losing stuff. Well, I have one. One of my favorites is a picture of Santa Claus taking a crap down a chimney. I like that shirt. That's a good one. I think I actually bought that one myself, though. I can't remember. I got a lot of concert shirts, too. I recently started going through my stuff to try to figure out where I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Yeah, the real dumb thing is, I just realized that, like, okay, so this is going to be basically a pistol, right? So here's an interesting thought that I didn't think of. I'm trying to screw that in. It's not going to work that way. Like, you have your plunger tube and stuff, and then you have this underneath. This is the result of not thinking your mods through very quickly. So you have this, all right? Essentially this. It actually looks pretty good, actually. I'm amazed. Oh, Ivan, I didn't see you on there. Sorry, I didn't see your name on there, Ivan. Yes, cancer treatment either goes, from what I understood from my friend that had it, which is a really horrible story because they told her she had non-Hodgkin's leukemia, and she had cancer, went through the entire thing, and then she was sitting there scratching her lymph node on her neck, and the doctor, she's like, maybe I should go get my other one checked after all this has gone through and stuff, and I'm good. And the doctor walked in, and he's like, poke. He's like, no, you're fine. So like 2 days later, she's like, I should get like another thing. She goes back in. The doctor's like, I told you you're fine. We're going to run no tests. And they're like, okay, fine. So she goes like immediately to the next doctor. And the doctor's like, yeah, like you're showing like elevated shit. So did he run any blood tests or anything on you? They're like, no. I'm like, we're just going to stick you in the neck right now and do a quick biopsy on it. And they found out that, yeah, the other one had gone south too. So they turned around and they tried to sue him for malpractice. Well, it turns out a bunch of other people became class action. And the guy jumped to Canada or something like that now. The dude completely left. He's just like AWOL. So awful story, but true story. Oh, there we go. What was I doing? Getting a dart. Oh, Ivan's going to be fine. His name's Ivan. I only know one guy named Ivan. He blew 3 of his fingers off with an M80, and he's going to sew them back on himself, but he was left-handed, so he couldn't. So, it's Ivan. Ivans are strong. No, I know another Ivan too. He got kicked in the nuts and just looked at Powder, and he's like, "You do that again, Powder, I'm gonna fold you in half like a piece of paper." Because he had him up in a a neck lock because he was trying to get on his bike and he was so drunk he couldn't even talk. I don't know how he even walked out to his bike. God, Ivan, he's a Polish Mexican, big dude. Oh yeah, big suit, malpractice. Go for it. Just do me a favor when you do that. Like, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Go right for the top ones too. Leave the nurses alone. Nurses put up enough crap unless the nurses are just outright stupid. But this is what I was getting at. So this is your average dart length, right? More or less. Like, so here's the blaster. It's got to have dart here, right? And the front thing. So what do I do here with this? Because even if I make this thing like a front loader and cap this off real fancy, it's going to be another piece on the front end, making it longer. That's like 1, 2, that's 3.5 dart lengths down this way. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to stop modding because it's dumb to stop modding. Breach it. That's actually a really good idea. Seeing as how I got rid of this screw port here, I could cut this shape out for a breach. I could get my fingers in there. No, I'm going to brass. I'm going to use some brass. Yo, brass. Cojones. Cojones. I don't need no magic PVC. I don't need no magic PVC. Okay. My mama talking to me and she tell me how to live. But I don't listen to her because my head is like a sieve. My father, he just only cut and care a woman's clothes. Cut me in the bathroom with my sister's pantyhose. I lost the button on the chat. There we go. I'm so bloody rich. I own shopping malls. Stars. According to the doc, a miracle case, I came in with uric acid levels of flu. Whoa! Whoa! Where you just beat your chest and be like, I'm a man, motherfucker. And then drink your urine. Right in front of them. Don't even flinch. Just be like, because I'm a man, doctor. Boom! Cup upside down and just, and don't even flinch. Such a horrible thing. Yes, I make light of it, Ivan. You do hope that you do understand that I am not making light of your situation, but I am making light of your situation. That's exactly what I do. I make light of all situations because I am good with that. See, you set a record. That's even better. Well, I know what I can do with this. I got it. Baby, I got it. No. Oh yeah, I guess physics would make that happen like that. There we go. The best thing about making the jokes about yourself like that is you can probably come up with better ones than anybody else can. I mean, my cousin, my cousin Jeff is a Navy guy. My Uncle Jeff married into the family. And if you get a family photo of all of us, you can honestly tell by looking which one of us is my Uncle Jeff. Something doesn't match. Let's just say one of us can hide a little better than the other one when the lights are off. But my Uncle Jeff is an awesome dude. He sat there and he's sitting there by himself because nobody really knows him yet. At my grandpa's 70th birthday, I think it was. He just kind of like looks. He's like, coming. And I go over and I sit down next to him and telling me stories about when he was in the Navy, how he lost most of one of his fingers and things like that. And he's like, so tell me a racist joke. And I'm like, what? He's like, I know you know some. I'm like, well, yeah, of course I do. I'm like, well, I'm not like 18, maybe. Okay. So I'm like, I really don't want to tell my recently married into the family black uncle a bunch of racist jokes because it might go bad. But we ended up sitting there telling each other stories and racist jokes. He told me ones about white people, and I told him ones about black people. And some of them he had heard, and none of the white ones I've ever heard. I mean, and some of them had to be explained. They were good. Some of those were really good. I was impressed. Spartan Spamtron. Okay, now, this was the plan. Oh, Bark, a lovely group. I'm in the no bark noon of this lovely. We're making. What did you about making the rice fields? I don't need an art for rice fields. I'm American. I eat macaroni and cheese. So, how do you shoot women and children? What? How do you shoot women and children? Easy. You just don't lean them so much. Let it go. Give me a roll call. Who's in here? Everybody sound off once. Press FU for shade. Quickly. Oops. There's a glue mark. Oh, that's a lot of super glue. God, that's why I like bloody mad sack. That's unpleasant. I hope I got that in the right spot. I know there's more of you. I can smell your fear. Smells like clown urine. Out, out, super glue. Good. There. Pull that thought out of my ass pretty fast. Now. See, at that. Dumbass. Needs to burn my finger. Sick out here, yeah. No, that's not how you salute. That's not how you salute, damn it. You don't salute clowny sick. I don't know how I had to come up with a clowny salute. I got knight. Prickly's a knight. Right? Prickly's a knight, and Gustav. Anybody knows who Gustav is? You should know who Gustav is. Gustav's awesome. He's a knight in the clown army. Look, Prickly's the only knight with a sword, though. Who says I don't have a webcam outside your bedroom window? Oh, now I got a horrible song stuck in my head from the 80s. When I think about you, I touch myself. Oh, I don't know anybody else. When you think you're back, you will test myself. I'm not alone. We're never alone. You got Mr. Gumby, Group the Troops. Oh, what? Shane, what the fuck does that even mean? You got the Mr. Gumby Group the Troops? Anybody ready to operate? Okay, Shade, I don't know what the hell. Step away from the welder fumes. I think you're smoking too much argon out of that thing, man. Do watch us when we're doing late night research? Everybody watches. Everybody watches. Oh, dude, yeah, like some of the love songs. Oh, don't even get me. Okay, we're just gonna talk about some of these apparent love songs that everybody likes so much that are not songs that are good. Okay, like the one I was whistling about touching yourself. Not a good song. The Lips of an Angel. Everybody played Lips of an Angel at their wedding. The song starts out about the guy talking about his girlfriend or his wife in the other room and how he's talking to this chick and I can't wait to be with you. He's talking to his girlfriend about it while he's sitting there. And you play it at your wedding, for Christ's sake. Dude, why? And then there's the Phil Collins song, I'll Be Watching You. Like, that's not a good song either. You actually look quite manly, Ivan, with the shaven head. Well, you shouldn't worry about, like, being around the kids with, like, a shaven head and like that, because you're like bigger than they are, and like they're all like weak, and you could take their candy. You could so totally rule the entire ward, like be like the mob boss, man. No, Turning Japanese is a song about, well, it's about something other than that. It's a song about what is it? It's a song about, I think it's a song about smoking pot, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Don't Stand So Close to Me. That's another one. That's a horrible song. Oh God, what is it? Hungry Like a Wolf. Duran, for God's sake. Duran. Hungry Like a Wolf. That's if you listen to the song, it's about it's a sex song. It's a song about sex. The entire song is about sex. That's what the entire song is. It is an awful, awful song. I'm hungry like a wolf. Hungry like a wolf. Damn it. Now I got Duran stuck in my damn head. Bloody hell. Cherry Pie. There's a song. Let's sing a wonderful song about freaking statutory rape. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, and another one, yeah. She's only 17. I'll show you love like you've never seen. I don't even remember who sings that. I think it's Poison that sings that. That's a song about statutory rape, for God's sake. What a horrible song. Like, you sing these things. Yeah, hair metal is like all about either drugs or statutory rape. It's pretty much it. unless it's oh no, unless it's Rock Sugar. Unless it's the band Rock Sugar. And if you guys don't know what the band Rock Sugar is, that's too bad. Because it's awesome. Take on Me, yeah. Like, these songs are horrible, horrible songs. Like the song Electric Slide. I'm convinced the song Electric Slide is about a vibrator. I'm sure it is. Paul McCartney. Yeah. So does, what's his name, too? Ted Nugent quite knows about that. Nugent, Jesus Christ. More horrible songs. Why did people don't need the music like this? Like, this music is awful, awful stuff. Like music just itself is so much horrible and dirty all the time. My theories on music are wild and strange, like my taste in music. Ted Nugent, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Got you a strangle, baby. I want to things. You guys ever actually listen to Wango Tango? It is like the 30-minute screaming of some freaking meth head freaking out on the corner. It makes no sense whatsoever. It was like, Wango Tango, and it just goes on with him like ranting and raving for like a lunatic, like well, like I am now for like a half an hour. It's just bizarre. It's so weird. Cat scratch fever, yeah. My Sharona. Na banana. They're like, oh, here's one for you, Ivan. Ghost. Okay. There's like one Ghost song I like. All right. There's one Ghost song I like, and I figured out why I couldn't stand Ghost so much. It's because they're Kiss. Ghost is this, well, not my generation, your generation of Kiss. Look at Kiss. They come out like the 70s version of like big platform shoes and male paint. And they're like, with the tongue. And, you know, like, yeah, we're evil. Then they sing like rocks, like, so cool. I actually wouldn't mind seeing them. But like then they go on and sing, and they're like, oh, and it's like, wait, they sing like, they look like demons, but they sing like Britney Spears. And the same can be said for Ghost, though. Like Ghost comes out, they look all evil and awful, and then they start singing, and they're not. Yeah, biggest inspiration, Kiss. Now, yeah, I didn't know too much about the band because I just kind of dismissed them after I heard them sing. I really wish, like I kind of hate like watching videos and things like that when I catch them online. Like, I have yet to get behind. Like, I'm slowly starting to dig some of their songs. I like Rats. Rats is cool, but like are they a religious band, or are they not a religious band? Are they like pseudo-religious just for the shape of the show, or is that what it is? They're just putting on the stage show like Gene Simmons did. Is that what it is? Pretty much. Because I know they went on tour with Slayer, which would be really weird for a religious band to go on tour with Slayer. Yeah, then you hear me talk, and then you just want to punch me in the groin. But good luck, because I'm 5'1". Megadeth. Yes, everyone likes Megadeth. I'm Dave Mustaine. I'm the only ginger out there that really Megadeth. I'm Dave Mustaine. I'm a ginger, and I rock. I keep using the word ginger as much as I can. Kick them in your neck. I figured as much, Ivan. Of course, none of that stuff's a show up anyways. I mean, it's freaking edge piece just won't come out. Spinal Tap. It goes to 11. Oh, there it is. Oh, scratch your heads, bitches. Yeah. Megadeth is the shit, too. I saw them perform with that was dumb. My contact. I saw him perform with Cooper, and I saw them perform with Overkill. I think I saw Overkill, but I saw Megadeth perform with Cooper and what's the guys from Norway or something like that. God, it's horrible. Ouch, Ivan. Now the guys that sing the song about counting assholes in the room. I can't remember. Saw them on the Moth. They're every year at at the festival I used to go to. They're pretty good. Who the hell is that damn counting all the assholes in the devil's bleeding crown? Who the hell is that? Anybody know who sings a song about the devil's bleeding crown? Devil's bleeding crown. There we go. Get that out of the way. Can't remember that. I saw them perform with them and the chick from Evanescence, which was insane. But the main draw for that night wasn't those two bands. The main draw for that night was the fact that I was gonna see Motorhead. Freaking Motorhead. I became a 12-year-old Volbeat. That's it. Yes. I instantly became a 2-year-old child. When that banner went down and I could see Motorhead's placard up behind them, and I could see Snaggletooth, I started giggling like a little child. My buddy's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, with tears in my eyes, I'm like, I'm gonna see Motorhead. And like Lemmy said 2 words in the entire concert that I could understand. Like, that was it. I don't know what the rest of the words were. They were just grumbled sounds. Sabbath was cool, but they're kind of overrated a little bit. I saw Sabbath reunion tour with what the hell is it called? Drained STH and Godsmack on off their original album. And they were cool, but the one I wanted to see was Heaven and Hell, which was Ronnie James Dio fronting again for Black Sabbath, and I didn't get a chance to see that. I also missed Judas Priest, who's rumored to actually go back out again here, which would be really cool if Judas Priest goes back out, because it'll be Halford again. Halford, we all know Halford is a metal god, which is actually really funny because you read up on Halford, everybody knows Halford's, Halford's a homosexual. So I don't get your views on that or mine, or I don't care, because he's Rob Halford and he's a metal god. He's freaking amazing. And Sodom, Jesus, bad timing, Ivan. God damn it. Wait. Priest and Baby Metal together? How the hell? Whistle when I fart. Whistle when you fart. How the hell do you get Priest and Baby Metal together? What the crap, dude? Dude, that's like the weirdest combination I've ever heard. Oh my God, that's weird. That is just weird. Like, what they're saying, it's like, yeah, like they were really worried that, please do. They were really worried that when Halford came out of the closet, it was going to ruin record sales. And Halford's like, screw this. He said, I'm tired of living a lie. He's like, I'm coming out of the closet. Mystery. Maybe. That'd be cool if you did. I still can't find the piece in there. I'm going to have to, like, literally rip it through there, James. Like, I'm going to literally go through it. I have to see what the hell it is. Because if I can get the parts out, we can run through calipers. But the response from the fans was, oh, Halford, oh, you're gay? Well, who gives a shit? You're still making an album? Good. And they're like, nobody cared. Like, nobody gave a rat's ass. Which was freaking amazing because, they're metal fans. Yeah, but Baby Metal thing, I don't know why you would put those two together. Interesting thing about Baby Metal, they sing the theme song to one of my favorite new generation cartoons that came out that is one of these super cartoons. Anybody know what it is? I will give you a hint. It is relatively new. If you think back, I started to make a sword about it a long time ago. And they have and it's made by the same people that did the Lego movie. Anybody know? Yes, Unikitty. Unikitty's theme song is sung by Baby Metal. As soon as I heard that, I was like, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Because it's Unikitty, and the show is amazing. All right, Shay, go play your little video games that are so cute and more important than what I'm doing, but it's okay. I won't hold it against you. I won't cry or anything about it. Chrono Fire right now, sending some. Oh, yeah, God. First time I worked with brass, I cut rings into my thumb. Didn't even know it. 3 concentric rings right into my thumb. That hurt. Ever since then, I use a small piece of leather and a very worn down sanding block. This thing has next to nothing left on it, but it works really good for deburring the finer points of the brass. Also, when you're done polishing the brass, too, which I use on a lot of my blasters. Yeah, I'm sure you cut yourself up pretty good with those, making your M6s. I said, you got a flaring tool. I told you I don't use one anymore. I got sick of trying to. Yeah, if I just bought a flaring tool, it would be over with. But okay, dumbass, sit blowing in the blaster and putting stuff in your eyeballs. Okay, so we're gonna have to put a screw in the top. That's the dual strike box. She's the one out of bearings. Come here. Damn it. All these holes in the room. Well, you about you. Let's sing all the blues. The blues. Oh my God. It reminds me of my brother. I should call my brother. He plays. What have you been doing? I saw him a couple of days ago. A birthday celebration with me. He was playing his fiddle. Yes, my brother plays the fiddle. He also plays banjo, guitar, and everything else. In the meantime, your Uncle Clowny can't play a jaw harp and without breaking his teeth. And if you don't know what a jaw harp is, just look up the TV show Fred Penner's Place and the twanging sound. That's a jaw harp. It's basically an instrument made back in whenever that you could play with your mouth. But ironically, back then when the thing was invented, a lot of people didn't have any teeth anymore. So I'm kind of blaming the jaw harp for that too, because I chipped some of my teeth playing that damn thing. That's when I stopped trying to learn an instrument. This is one I wish I had gel instead of freaking regular stuff. You actually have a jaw harp. How old are you, Arcane? Oh, never mind. Arcane, I know how old you are. It surprises me you have a jaw harp. You're a bit of a young guy. Okay. Total silence. The dead. Oh, yeah, that weld's on there really good. Super glue is not working worth a squatted dick. Spotted dick. You are a turd, super glue. Well, I know you work. Well, I know you work. Super glue. Yeah, they didn't have any more of the gel though when I was walking out of the store, and like my license is expired and my car's out of inspection. And I really don't want to like draw the attention of the po down on me anymore because it's been really out of both, and I kind of don't want to get pwned because I'm not going to be able to afford the hammering that comes down on that. Come on. Well, I don't know why you don't like glue. That's weird. Not for something stupid. Yep. It's working. Nah. Now I got super glue on my fingers. At least they're not glued together. We can try this again, though. Where are the contact points actually on this? I just needed to tack it. That's all I really need. For some reason, I could always fire up the hot glue gun, but I really, really hate that method. I just don't like that method at all. Maybe it's because it's cheap super glue. Maybe that's the issue. Because when I use like the 3M brand, I don't run into problems. Very well could be it. Because it's some cheap ass glue. Maybe I had dust all over it. Yeah, it didn't stick all that well to my fingers, so maybe that's the problem. I was sanding on this pretty good. Just apply a new thing on here. Well, the numbers have been pretty steady on this tonight. I do think, though, I'm going to continue to only work on this, well, in big parts, though, while I'm on camera. I can solve all these problems. You guys get to watch me go from one process to another. I don't even know if I'll end up keeping it. Maybe I'll build it and then sell it. It could be fun. Stick around and build this thing. You guys get to watch me go through this entirety of dumbassery to watch this. Watch this. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. Looking pretty straight. I can believe that. Arcane Ways. I always thought they were a studio kind of band because they're a bunch of really super hot Asian chicks singing music like that. It usually says some kind of like monkeys to me. That sounds racist. Know your history of monkeys. It still sounds racist. The monkeys, the Fab Four and the Prefab Four. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. Why is this so difficult? There we go. I hope so, homely. I really do. Now, let's see if I can sneak some of this in here. Trick is basically osmosis. Tiny little bubbles so it doesn't make bonding marks. Which will be sanded out anyways. You have to find out where it attaches, make contact, and then you kind of tack it. It's the same thing you do with hot glue, kind of, but you don't have to worry about taking the hot glue. Uh-oh, there we go. Apart. Well, that's going to cause a problem there. Yeah, it's going to cause a problem there. Watch Clowny glue his fingers to his latest project. I'll look up here in a second, guys. I got to get this cleaned off of here somehow. I don't seem to have... No, well, I guess I'm going to be using the hot glue version of this to bond this. Yeah, I've tried the baking powder thing. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take a pee. Not much further than the toilet. I'm going to pee. I'll be right back. Oh, my back. It doesn't work so well. There we go. Oh. Okay. That piece of cardboard sits on my keyboard to help keep the stuff on it. Okay. What horrible comments did you make? Intermission. Haven't gotten that far yet. Crimson Bison. Cool name. Shit, BRB. Just once I want to go to the optometrist and he's like, better one or better two? And fart and be like, oh, I don't think number two is all that good. Okay. So we're going to try the hot glue method here because this glue is crap. But now that I think about it, I think I knew that to begin with. I think I tried that stuff before. Watch out for flack. Bandits, 6 o'clock. Bandits, 6 o'clock. You guys probably don't even know what that's. There's not like one person here that might actually know what that is. outside of anybody that's a serious gamer, like vintage gamer. Homely might know what that is. 2 words of advice: never rub around the Rand's rhubarb and never trust a fart. Never trust a fart. Okay, we're going to cut the breech out first for this. And there is still attached there, so okay. We have to get that opened all the way. Oh God, it's gonna be a hard breech to reach in there too after. Oh, it's gonna be another one of those aesthetics wind blasters. Oh, Bandit 6 o'clock. Bandit 6 o'clock. Watch out for flak. Target blow. It's an old video game. Not surprised if nobody knows what the hell it is. No, it's actually rather obscure. It's like, give me a minute. It's from an old video game called B-17 Bomber. The game was playable on the Intellivision or ColecoVision system. It probably outdates everybody here. Oh my God, that pink eye. Only the blowguns with that one. Oh God. Yeah, oh God, right? No kidding. The game had a voice modulator thing to it. They only made 3 games that were compatible with the voice thing before it started going out of business because the Atari came around and really put the screws to it because it was much cheaper and it had a joystick and it was easier to use. And it was the Atari. The Atari was made by the ColecoVision was made by Texas Instruments, by the way. But that we had. That's the only system I had growing up. Was that I didn't have an Atari. The only other thing I had was an old Commodore 64. Believe it or not, and we had some video games on that were programmed in one thing at a time. You had to program your video game in. Yeah, that thing was a trip to play. And that actually is in there a lot better than I thought it was. I can actually somewhat reach that. It looks pretty good, too. Kind of straightish. It's almost available big enough for a puddle. So, what time is it here? 9:45. We have just enough time. I think I can get my hot glue gun fired up, which means I got to turn my fan off, so it's going to get a little warm in here. So, where'd the hot glue gun go? Yeah, I loved my ColecoVision. I loved the hell out of that thing. My mom, because like there was no way, like this Polaroids with a thing, you know. Like my mom, as far as I know, still holds a record for Pitfall Harry's score. if you got to a certain point in the game and you got a score, they would give you, you took a picture of the TV screen and you, Tandy. Oh my God, the Tandies. Oh my God. Maybe that's what I had. I can't remember. The game, the thing was set up like this and you put your cartridge in like that. And it might have been a Tandy. I think it was a Tandy. You play on Tandy, you could play you play Clam Digger. And the object is, you get this game, I can dig more clams than you. And you go to the beach, and the object of the game is to find parking. The Legend of Soltar. Yeah, so, where was I? Oh, yeah, so. No, this was, yeah, they were floppies. Yeah, they were. Neo Geo. My neighbor had one of those. Yeah, we didn't have those kinds of systems growing up. We didn't get those things. I like the Neo Geo because you could put the same cartridge you could in the game that you could in the base unit. The handheld thing was the same as the base unit. It was a great idea. Clam Digger, too late for Vagisil. Vagisil. Little sour cream on the taco. Vagisil. Yeah, what the hell was I talking about for Pirate, of course? Poor Pirate comes in and gets me talking about something completely other than what the hell I was talking about. In this case, Vagisil. Yeah, we had a... Oh, God, Pirate. Why'd you do that to me? I know, it's what you do. It's what you do. But it's what I do. Okay, now that's going to have to heat up. Get nice and hot. Neo Geo. Yeah, oh my God, so much Neo Geo Arcade. They ripped off every freaking game you could ever make. They ripped off Street Fighter like a million times. Like the same game. It's like, how many different versions of Street Fighter can we make? Or like Dragon, Double Dragon can we make? I had a way. My job is to make people feel old. Yeah, well, doing a good job there. Of course, and again, I don't know. I think as I go, I think Homely and me might be. I think Homely and me are the old men here. I'm 40. I think Homely's might be as or over than me. I won't make you say it, but I think you're. Yeah, okay. Screw you then. I keep forgetting that when I go to the events and stuff, I usually end up being the old man at the events. So I like going with my buddy Griever because he's older than I am. Oh, no. This isn't sound numbers off and make Clowny feel like freaking Fossil. Okay. No. We're not doing that. And here they come. Prickly, 18. Yeah. 18? Prickly, I thought you were older than that. Yeah, you did just get into school, didn't you? Yeah, I thought you were like 20. I don't know why. It's just the beard. That's what it is. That beard looks good on you, by the way. Should have done that earlier. Now you look like an adult. Ah, yes, Ivan. 16. Nobody hears a Cherry Pie song. Next year, Ivan, you'll be inappropriate. Or civilized. Civilized. Isn't that fun at all yet? Not civilized. When you introduce that, I didn't like to say further species such as ours. It was ultimately, but it's civilized. See, yeah, mine just grows like that because, you know, that's all I can do. My dad and my brother's grows like a Play-Doh Fun Factory, complete with the beautiful curls. Such a soft and luxurious beard. Many horrible stories about my brother being the younger brother that are utterly embarrassing. They're horrible, horrible ones. None of which I can actually tell here. because the YouTube police will get me. But I'll tell you to them in person someday, if we can. Homely West Virginia. Can't fly a plane, crashed into the river. Oh, wow. Wow. Crashed into the river. Okay. Oh, okay. Laughing way too hard at that one. That was funny, though. Nobody except for Homely here. Probably Arcane Ways, and I'm guessing maybe one or two of you know how John Denver bit the bucket. Nope, that's way too much hot glue. This is why I hate this method. Sucks to use. Hate hot glue methods. Although it is effective. It's hard to glue in between hot glue. Buddy Holly, yeah. Rock stars should really stay out of airplanes. Like, don't fly them. It's a really dumb idea. You just sit in the back with your cocaine and hookers. Oh, I'm going to start my own airline with cocaine and hookers. In fact, forget about the airlines. Oh, wow. I didn't know that close. Ah. Oh, my God. I introduced a friend of mine to Jefferson Airplane. He really likes, he's all about the, see, this is another reason I hate this stupid method. He's all about the, what the heck is it? Of course, it's Simba. Of course. Da-da-da-da-da. He's all about the Mad Hatter. And I'm like, do you ever heard of Jefferson Airplane? He's like, no. And I'm like, Christ, man, you've never heard freaking White Rabbit? Like, come on. He's like, no, what's White Rabbit? I'm like, only like the best song in the world. Like, if you're a freaking, oh, there we go, freaking fan of that stuff, man. It's like, dude, you have to hear White Rabbit. So I found a on the net, of course, you know, I found the only one I could find that was really good. It was the playing from what is it called? Woodstock. He's like, this was insane, man. Ivan, you go really good furry chops. Your picture that you got up there now is really good for furry chops. There we go. Okay, well, that's what we got so far. I got way too much hot glue on this stupid thing. I'm going to plug this while I can so I don't scorch myself. And get the razor back out. You're going to trace down this to the edge. Right. Okay. What I'll do is I'll probably put putty in here to hold the location, because I'm going to have to fill this in, and then that's awful. Oh, Thailand, you're a horrible place. Oh, that's right. This is that stupid thing. I don't know what to do about this, though. We'll probably just have to fill it in. At least it mirrors the one on the other side. I'll fill that in. Maybe I'll put an LED in it, put a switch there. Be my first experiments into LEDs, which I have a few of. I harvest them from things where I used to work, the displays and that. So I got like really crappy LEDs that run on their own power source, but I don't have to wire anything or mess with diodes or anything like that. They're already, LEDs are diodes, but they're already there. A Band-Aid over it. Damn it, pirate, stop looking at me in the shower. I don't have any Band-Aids, just one of those little button Band-Aids. A giant thing with a button Band-Aid. And a bunch of Ethiopian food. Okay, Ivan, what is Ethiopian food? Yeah, you're an American. You can afford to get American health care. They'll feed you like horrible stuff. What, like, I was in Hershey. Hershey's food wasn't too bad. People complain about hospital food, but it was pretty good. The burrito they had was actually good. Yeah, it's actually pretty neat. It's got to get breached. I think Shade said breach it. Unless he was telling me something else, which was a horrible, horrible individual. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm going to say something else you could try me for that too, Ivan, but you're 16. I don't want to suggest thinking of corruption of a minor. I already had that problem once in my life. That was already an issue as it was. To test this, see, I'll put a finger cut over the barrel and see if it inflates. Oh, yeah. If you live anywhere near them, there's two things you learn about Hershey. One, Hershey smells like chocolate. Two, when the wind's done blowing, Hershey smells like shit. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. Hospital, maybe I'll replace the handle too. Hospital food is kind of awful. It's kind of like, well, I'm just gonna use the analogy. It's kind of like prison food. They have to cook it for like there's obviously orders to like this, like things that you can't. A lot of there's like obviously things like they can't do. Like when I was in, they had me on the heart healthy thing, so it's like they gave me eggs and they were cooked in canola oil, which I immediately told them not to cook them in freaking canola oil. They're like, oh, it's good for you, or whatever oil it was. I'm like, it tastes like shit. Like, don't ever bring me these again, because they were awful. Well, they brought me something else. They cooked it in other stuff then, too. They steamed them. They steamed them up. That was pretty good. But the, no. Trying to plug this back in. There it is. They have to like cook stuff up like a buddy of mine was in jail, and like they give you a lot of food things, but they have to cook them for everybody. So they ended up like you get like a lot of pancakes, but there's no salt. Like my buddy snuck in salt for me, which probably wasn't a good thing because I was in for my heart, but I couldn't take it. I couldn't take like eggs with no salt. You have to have a little salt on your eggs. But now I use Mrs. Dash Tableside because, you know, that won't put your Uncle Clowny into the coronary or stroke me out. which I don't want either to happen that way either, because that's bad. I actually really don't miss it unless I'm like eating a pretzel, because then you have to have salt if you're eating a pretzel or French fries. Like, I just avoid fries altogether because I'm not supposed to have a lot of salt. I'll smell the sugar as mouse here. Oh, you put the molasses back in. No, that was a Taco Bell I had for lunch. Sorry, buddy. Just chew quickly. Oh my God. Sorry. Maple sugar. Oh boy. Wait a minute. Okay, it just looks different over there. Huh. That's a really weird. See that? Do you see what I see? We got that pretty straight. Don't quite know how to do that. That's probably going to come in here. I don't want to end it flat up, but I'm probably going to end it flat up. That's probably what's going to happen. That's probably what's going to happen. Balloons, okay. I might do a little putty on this tonight, or I think I'm going to shape out the box instead. Giggity. And I think that's going to be it. So, large fast food. Oh yeah, see my death fast food like that's the there's a local restaurant pizza place here. They don't even have it on their menu anymore. Called Plumero's. It's just outside. If you're ever up in the Hershey area, stop by Hummelstown and go into Plumero's on the square. There's a pizza place in there that serves a pierogi pizza, and it is just as awful for you as you think it is. It is literally like their pizza, regular pizza is okay, but their actual pizza, what they're known for is their stuffed pizzas, because they're double XL size, so they're huge pizzas. They're just big pizzas, and they're like an inch or so thick. No, I did not catch the Twins of Evil tour, although I've seen both of them. I didn't see Manson. We left. That's a long story from Manson, though. I've seen. I saw Zombie. He's not as good as he used to be, which is horrible. But yeah, it's literally a pizza, a stuffed pizza, just filled with the pierogi stuff. The top of it's pierogi dough. The bottom is like pizza-ish pierogi dough. It's not cooked like pizza dough, but it's not really pierogi dough. It's in somewhere in between. And then they fill it with cheese and mashed potatoes and drown the entire thing in butter and onions. It's, you get a piece of pizza, like a normal piece, and it's like that thick. It's like a good inch thick. Like it's making my heart hurt just talking about it. You don't want to eat another slice, but like anytime I've ever gotten it, I've eaten the whole damn thing, and it like, well, like my buddy and me have eaten it, because like you just stuff it in your face, and it's literally like a 35-pound pizza. Thing is horrid for you. We have as far as fries go, we have Williams French fries. The little guy started them up in Millersburg, and they're just like your steak fries more or less, but they're fried in 100% pure lard, and then just rolled and flavored, like rolled in like salt, and then left to sit. And they're delicious. And you go to the restaurant to order them, and they're like, I like a small, and they're like, okay, like here's your small. Like here's your foot-long tray that holds 3 T-bones over mounting with French fries. Like, would you like ketchup and like a body bag to go with them? Paprika. Not paprika, bacon maybe. Okay, well, I'm getting hungry again, and I probably shouldn't be, because I had a massive bowl of stuff, and my eating habits are completely off kilter because I've been sitting on my ass here. No, Mr. Scott, I have not been to Dunmore, PA. Is that anywhere? How far is that from the capital, Dunmore, PA? Scott. Like like sitting on my ass here with this stuff getting fatter and fatter. And like up over nearly over 400 pounds more again. Oh yeah, no aspartame. I can't stand that. Yeah, that horrid stuff. That's awful. Just outside Scranton. Scranton. Oh my God, Scranton. I know Scranton. That's where the ski place is. Down here. Kevin, how you doing? There's a little pizza place down here in the middle of town that serves bully bites. They're like that big, and they're literally little bullies. They're stupid expensive because you get like 5 or 4 of them, and they cut them in half, and they're expensive for what they are. But you can just shove your face full of them, and they're gobbed full of bully stuff. They're so freaking good. Nah, yeah, only diet soda I could ever drink is Mountain Dew. For some reason, I like Diet Mountain Dew. I don't know why, but like if sodas weren't on sale right now, I wouldn't be drinking those. Usually, I drink the fuzz waters from Walmart that are flavored, but Dollar General has soda on sale for like Pepsi brand for 2 for like $2.50, so it's pretty good. Nobody likes corn in the bowl. Corn in a bowl is always corn in a bowl again. That's from the train collection. No, I have not. My parents have been up to the Scranton train place, though, on more than one occasion. Being the fact that I worked retail, they'd be like, hey, you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, just give me the time when you're coming back. Coke or store brand diet vodka. Diet vodka, stuff on the bottom shelf. Vlad makes you shit blood. It's my brother's endorsement of Vlad. 2-pound bag of beer nuts. Can you walk straight? Okay, it's after 10 o'clock. Just you should really get done drinking sodas altogether. Like, I like them way too much, so I tend to drink a lot of them. So that's why I stopped drinking them, because it's literally just empty calories. Like, like this is not. I've limited the amount of that. It's usually something that goes now in a mixer in like something like like a clear glass or something like glass. So, because it's much tastier and more cost effective, but I'm not getting into drinking flavored water. So the Walmart flavored water is insane. It's insanely delicious. I don't know why the other companies can't do it as well as Walmart does, and the bottles are huge, for Christ's sake. But okay, my hot glue gun has cooled down enough that I can get back in the box, and it's time for me to go take my contacts out and get my white ass to bed. If I could figure it out, I would like to say goodnight to everybody in the chat, but I don't think live messages. I don't see a button that tells me how to do that. So I'm just gonna go. Good night, Edward, Builder BB, Ivan, Corey, Pirate Johnson, Homely, Scott. Anybody else? That's only a couple out of 15. Corey. Good night, Corey. Crimson Bison. Mike Sir. As you say your name, sign off so my number goes down so I know how the hell you look. I gotta figure out how to wrap this thing up then so I don't delete it by accident. Captain Wolf with a lot of letters. Geez, man. OSA 1591. 1519. Oh my god, that's a store I used to work in. Okay. I have 17 pack of Baja Blast with, oh god. When Surge came out, my buddy bought me a 6-pack of that, which was pretty cool. And it's still sitting up there. It's not anything special now, but it's still sitting up there. It's making me think about it. All right, guys. Good night. And I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when we're going to get into doing this again, but I'm really kind of liking the profile off this. I'm going to try to find fits onto the front of this so I don't just have this brass thing in a hole in the front, because I'm going to have to finish that out. And I think I got these cut pretty flush, but we'll find out how that works, because I'm not sure exactly how to deal with the long barrels out of the front. It's going to determine. It might actually end up turning into a rifle at this rate. But either way, guys, yeah, ding, 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 click the bell. All right, guys, and as soon as I figure out how to do it, have yourself a good evening or wherever you are. Later, Bobo.